Good morning. How are you doing today? It's Friday, and I think spirit is absolutely amazing because what I want to talk about happens to be the same as the first universal law that I'm going to read, which is law number 40. But before I do that, I also want to say that a lot of the times I just go on Facebook and I just post my positive information and poetry, and I don't hang out too much because there's so much negativity that goes on lately ever since President Trump was elected into office. Hi, Rita and Shauna. And you folks are missing the point. And then, like I said, when I get into that first law, you're going to be amazed because I already had this thought before I saw this law. But in any case, you have a choice to live in the spirit world or live in the world of fear. And a lot of you profess to be spiritual, but yet you post fear stuff. And I don't understand it. Because in truth, again, the world is an illusion. And that's just how it is. And so where do you want to live? How do you want your life to be? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be disease-free? Do you want to manifest all the magic that you can? Then you don't live in what you see on the news. You don't worry about what Trump is doing. Everything is orchestrated from the universe. So whether you like it or not, Trump is part of the plan. And if things go the way they're supposed to go, he isn't going to be president forever anyway. And ask yourself, what president has done anything for your country? None of them have. And because they're not really in control of anything, and that's why we're going through the ascension. Hi, Steve. And, focus on positive. Now, I also want to bring up, because this hit me, so somebody must need to hear this. But when someone leaves the planet, yes, it's, especially as a relative of yours or somebody close, a husband, mother, father, whatever, it could feel like it's hard to deal with. But if you could understand that all they did was leave their human form behind, but their spirit, which is what we are, is only spirit in a human body. I call it a car, and your soul is the engine. They're still around. You can still have conversation. You can still feel their energy. My mother and I had the worst relationship. We did not get along at all. And I don't think anyone's had a great relationship with their family anyway, but that's another issue. Do you know, long story short, when my mother passed, I was in a different state 3,000 miles away. And for some reason, my father was angry at me, and they didn't even tell me he passed. She passed. So I didn't even go to her funeral. Now, they all went to the funeral, and they all suffered over it, cry over it, stress over it. And me, I know it's because my moon is in Aquarius, so I can be very cool, calm, and collective about stuff like this. Do you know that I was angry at my family, but I didn't feel like I missed out on anything because I don't believe in death anyway. So, long story short, my mother, she came to me in a dream, about a week after she passed, and she was not well yet, and she picked up one of my spiritual books, and she asked me, how come I never told her about this when she was on the planet? And I said, well, because you never listened to anything I had to say. And then shortly after that, I would say she probably went through some healing, because a lot of people do. She came to me one night in a dream, and she talked in my ear all night long. And to be honest, I don't really know what she said, but it doesn't matter because my higher self knew. And from that moment on, we established a relationship that we never had when she was on the planet. Because when you're not on the planet, you're not diseased, you're not angry, you're not resentful, you're not hateful, you're not any of those things, because that's not our truth. And I've said it before, when you are feeling all those feelings, you're not in vibrational alignment with your true self. So, anyway, we had a relationship for years, and she laughed. She even told me family secrets. And, so anyway, I think I might have brought this up before, but I just felt like I needed to do it again. Now, I also was guided to read you a poem out of my book, which is a message, God's Messages of Truth. So this is from God, who is not he and not a she and not a person, is just energy, because that's really all we are. But very powerful creator energy. Okay, and the title of this poem is We Are the Creators. We are the creators to set us free. We can create beauty and serenity. I am creating a new earth to see by visualizing an intention of how it needs to be. Join with me, create this vision too. Waterfalls, rainbows, animals tamed, everyone happy and loving again, frolicking in the grass, playing, loving, and laughs, all of us happy as can be, because our chains have been released. We are now free to love, to be. Visualize how you want the world to look. Together we can create anything, even a babbling brook. This is our journey. Let's join hands, create for all our wonderland. And then it goes into the law 40, the law of restriction. And this has to do with everything I just said. Spirit works in mysterious ways. Because you see, I see life as magical. I don't get involved in all the drama because it's not real. And some of these people here have said, like, if you voted for Trump, you can unfriend me, and you get into this pissing match. It's just crazy. Because this is the truth. The law of restriction. And I want you to pay close attention to this law. Man cannot create anything higher than his own level of understanding. Thus, society can never get any better than the level of mankind can hold. Our system for social change usually only adds new burdens to an already ineffective system. Time has proven that a new approach to society doesn't work. Duh. Our mistake is trying to right the world from the outside in. Bingo. This works on the effect rather than the cause and is doomed to failure. Instead, we must work from the inside out. Create your own, visualize your own visions. Send love and peace and healing to the government, to the president. That's how you change things. Everyone can incorporate the power of positive thinking, which is the only harmonious long-term solution to poverty and limitation. To heal the world, we must first heal ourselves. This is the law of the universe. The law of restriction. So I know I write a lot about Love yourself unconditionally first. Heal yourself first. Can't have a decent relationship if you're not healed. You cannot keep a relationship if you're not healed. You cannot attract friends, nothing in your life that's good if you're not healed. And why is that? Because the law of attraction states you need to love yourself unconditionally first before you can attract all situations to yourself that are loving. So remember, all the challenges are people coming into your life to show you what you need to change about yourself. So the only person you need to be concerned with is who? You. You're the only person who matters. Otherwise, all your relationships, the government, and all this other crap that goes on is created by your own fearful thoughts, your own negative behaviors. And, you know, last time I think I talked about collective consciousness. I don't think you are all getting it. Maybe you need to have this anger inside of you. I really don't know. I sure as hell don't. And if I didn't have friends begging me to stay on and post my poetry and stuff, I'd probably leave Facebook. So, that's why I don't do a lot on Facebook. It's negative energy. Anyway, so what do we need to do? Like my poem said, visualize waterfalls. Visualize everybody happy and loving. Send love and peace energy to everyone on the planet. Send love and peace to the government and to elections and all of that. That is how we will change the world. You see, what I forgot to bring up in that speech there was when you attract people who challenge you, then you don't love yourself unconditionally because you're just continue to attract people who are showing you what you need to change about yourself. So until you make the change and love yourself unconditionally, then that's your life, that's your world, that's your vision, that's just how it is. Let's see, stuff pops up. Oh, okay, so Law 41 is the law of self-worth. You can only attract to you that which you feel worthy of. See how, I mean, this was all in my mind before I opened this book, and trust me, I don't remember these laws, like what number is what, or what I'm going to say. I'm just like guided to say things, and I say them because I have no fear, because I trust what I receive, and then I just say what it is. I don't worry about what all of you think. Do you know what I'm saying? And everything is magical because I am guided, and you can do the same thing because I'm you and you're me. We're all the same. You know what I mean. Your self-esteem is critical to your happiness and success. And I'm laughing because it fits. I mean, it's crazy. You are not what you have, and you are not what you do. And, you know, remember way back when everybody had to keep up with Joneses and had to have the nice car and the nice house and blah, 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 and the job and the money and the boats and all that crap. And then the economy went down and a lot of people lost. Do you know the reason the economy went down? Has nothing to do with what you heard on the news or what all the BS that they approached. It came from the universe. It was time for all of you to find your passion. That's the truth. So those are things that are orchestrated astrologically on time for all of this stuff to unfold. So what happened? A lot of people ended up, you know, quitting their 9-to-5 jobs and finding their own passion and creating what they love and are much happier. Anyway, beneath your fear of programming, you are perfect. An enlightened soul, fully self-actualized and a living example of unconditional love. That's who you truly are. Love. It is only lifetimes of fear programming that are keeping you from acknowledging who you truly are. The more you let go of fear, the higher your self-esteem and the options you will have, and the more risks you can take. The better you like yourself, the better others will like you, and the more worthy you will feel. Well, that's Law 41, the law of self-worth. The law means that when you don't follow the laws, you're on that karma wheel, and nothing goes away until you learn from it. You can't move from yourself. You can't change your residence. You can't do any of that stuff because you bring yourself everywhere you go. So if you're not changing, it doesn't matter where you live, really. Law 42 is the law of growth. There is no growth without discontent. Deep within your center, you know what is best for you, and it will always be to strive for more awareness. Never allow yourself to reach a level of self-satisfaction where there is no new challenge. The idea is to study your dissatisfaction, as they will tell you what you are about to leave behind and possibly point you to a further direction. So, thanks, Rita. I know people are leaving. You know, everyone has their choice. Law 43 is the law of self-truth. Truth is what works for you. If you believe something to be, it becomes truth for you. The idea is to be very careful about what you accept to be, for it will influence all aspects of your life and your future. So your self-truth is, who are you? If you have negative thoughts about yourself, and that's your truth, and that's what, then you have aspects that influence that. So, you know, change your thoughts, change your life. Live in harmony, live in peace, live in love, or live in fear. I mean, it's simple. It's really simple. There's a real pretty hummingbird outside who just came to my window again. And you know, hummingbirds represent joy, peace, love, and happiness. You know, these animals that come around, insects, whatever, are always a message from your spirit guides. Law 44 is summarized experience. It says you are the sum total of all that's ever happened to you. In this life, you are now living, and in all your past, including your health, your relationships, your sexual experiences, your developed career, standing, and everything else can be used as a barometer to show who you are and to tell if you are conscious and subconscious are functioning in harmony. So what that means is, yeah, okay, so I'm Maxine from, you know, born into this life with my family, my parents, blah, 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 but I'm a sum total of every single life I've ever lived. So my healing gift, obviously, I've done this a lot. Many, 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 many lives of healing. And that's when you find your passion, that's who you truly are. And then it shows you if you're functioning in harmony. When you follow your passion, you can't believe how your life changes. I mean, illness is not even a thought process because it doesn't really even happen. Emotions, stress, creates it too. And also erroneous information, like, I guess the one that gets me the most is germs. Like how people freak out, like, you can't touch my new baby unless you wash your hands with antibacterial soap. Do you know that antibacterial soap is poison? If you read the ingredients, it can create all kinds of bad, negative issues in your body. Anything that is put out for you to take that is necessary, just figure it out, it's not necessary. And if you're not sure, get in touch with your inner guidance and ask, is this good for me? I don't even do sunscreen. I mean, God put us on the planet not to fear the sun, fear the weather, fear this, that, whatever. We don't have enough food, we don't have enough water, we don't have enough of anything. I mean, that's not true. So, those germ wipes that are at the grocery store, that's just such a joke. My generation didn't worry about that kind of stuff, and we're all still alive, breathing, and kicking. So, because it's not real. It's just another form of manipulation and fear. Manipulation and fear. Manipulation and fear. That's all it is. So, anyway, if any of you have any questions, you can post them here. And if not, I will say, have a beautiful weekend. It's already the end of May. There's a lot of awakenings happening. Psychic stuff. Oh, which reminds me, you can actually have a mental, spiritual communication with anybody who's not on the planet, but with also anyone who's on the planet. So tap into your gifts and tap into your peace, harmony, and love, and manifest what you want, and know that you can have whatever you want. And if negative thoughts come into your head, just toss them out. Change your thought. You can do whatever you want. You are your own creator. And together we can bring heaven to earth by being positive, by visualizing waterfalls and rainbows. It's right here, hidden, right under your nose. Happy weekend, everybody. Love you.